So sure. Something very interesting that just came up, which led to us right now uh, getting a little late today, but better late than never, isn't it? So we're just waiting for YouTube to get the live streaming started. Here we are, episode number 62. Have you ever found it difficult to walk up to your boss and speak? Or maybe because you've been speaking to your seniors quite a while, it's the juniors that you find it hard speaking to. Whether it's a presentation, whether it's a town hall meeting, whether it's any form of a feedback improvement call, one-to-one call, meetup, review meeting, appraisal meeting, whatever it is, you find it difficult compared to the work that you do. Now, let's face it, you have been in a situation where you do your job really, really well. I mean, we know that. And that's pretty much why you still have such a phenomenal job and your company depends on you. You're able to create such amazing results. Deep down, you know that there is still some work to be done when it comes to interaction. And slowly, slowly, as you moved up the corporate ladder, the the responsibilities in terms of the actual work got reduced. And there was more of man management and team management and leading stuff from the front. Now, there are some colleagues I know that you have, and you feel a little weird, like, oh my God, how are they able to do this effortlessly? And I am not so. Now, if any of these questions is what turned a bulb on, then today's episode is going to be a groundbreaking one for you. Right in the end, I'm going to give you the solution, but first we're going to walk through all the problems and every single framework that we need to keep in mind. Again, most probably I will be sharing with you 5 frameworks one by one, and the fifth one is going to be the craziest. So just stay tuned. Make sure that you have a notebook and pen to just jobble down in a couple of notes. Let's get started. Yesterday, I just sat down with my YouTube and I was just checking the number of people who are watching it. And now, over the last, this is the 62nd episode. So, in 62 episodes, we've got 2 new subscribers. Thank you. Pat on the back. Yeah, you should celebrate every achievement. And then slowly, slowly, the watch hours and everything just continue to increase very, very slowly. At this point of time, there are 300 views per day. And at the same time, wait, not per day, in the last 28 days. Yeah, in the last 28 days, 300 odd views, around 30-ish watch hours. So, which means to some extent, the growth has been going on. So, I always used to ask myself these kind of questions and see if you find yourself asking such questions or not. Why is it not working out? When will I learn this? When will I get a breakthrough? There are so many of these YouTubers, they don't even know how to speak as good as I do. They don't do the work as good as I do. And yet they're having millions and millions of subscribers and followers and whatnot. When will I get to really experience all of it? Now, over the last 5 years, these are the exact set of questions I've always asked. But now that I've gotten into this whole process of reading yet again, and if you see there are a huge number of books behind me, that is exactly the number of books I have in my tablet right now. So I'm going to start, just started going through them one step at a time, slowly, slowly building up on kickstarting 2026 to a whole new level. Now, when I sat down to understand YouTube, I realized, hmm, I realized how insignificant it feels when you don't even know the very basic fundamentals. I'm just going to try and see if my, okay, yeah, I think I'm back now. I just wanted to check the camera a little bit. Think about it. We are learning something, we are planning to implement and work upon something, and we don't even know the foundations. So I went back to my courses vault. I told you I'm already a part of 69 communities at this present moment of time speaking. And I just checked am I a part of any communities? Did I sign up for any course on a program which talks about YouTube? And I did manage to find. Now, when I started going through the YouTube fundamentals, the program, it just opened up so many different doors. A YouTube component has a video to be recorded, and then the video has to be edited. There are a lot of transitions in the video. There has to be text, there has to be effects, there has to be a proper search engine optimization of the post-production stuff that you need to do while uploading, packaging, and everything needs to be done. Did I do all of these things? I did. And yet I was not able to do it in the depth at which I could ideally have supposed to. Same thing comes to speaking. We look at the problem and we start venting out, oh my God, when is this going to happen? Why is this happening? When am I going to be able to solve it? And we keep even discussing and gossiping around with our colleagues and stuff, but we never really sit down to actually learn the entire thing from scratch. Let's face it, that's something that we've never learned, whether it's school, college, or even in our workplace. Especially right now when we are slowly turning out to be mid managers, it's even more difficult for us to learn because you're kind of expected to know things, isn't it? And that's where things become very tricky. Like your seniors just walks up to you and expects that they're just going to give you the problem and you're going to solve the problem. So while learning, I came up with this very unique principle, and then something I realized I had spoken to a couple of my mentors with, and it's the principle. It's the concept called first principles. First principles are the set of action steps we need to learn in terms of knowledge, in terms of implementation, instead of which includes all the fundamentals. So for me, learning all those steps for YouTube as a platform is mandatory. Otherwise, I can go on and on and on creating stuff. And then if the results don't come in, I'll just throw everything down for a toss and I'll be like, oh, nothing works. It's not that nothing works, it's just that we never really tried to learn. The same concept applies for LinkedIn as well. Now, Yogeshwari and I, both of us are active on LinkedIn. However, the kind of results that we would have wanted, Yogeshwari has been able to crack the impressions part of it. For me, I mean, 1,500 impressions for every 28 days, which for me, I think it's okay-ish for a head start, but then I would ideally love to increase. Now, impression increasing in LinkedIn is another micro skill. And then writing on LinkedIn to ensure that people are getting more followers and the content is getting reached is a completely different skill. Ensuring that leads are flowing in, interested folks like you are watching the stuff and then signing up is a completely different skill altogether. So that's when the second aspect of first principles again got down. Now, obviously, I've interacted with quite a few coaches, mid career leaders, and founders and CEOs. I've been able to help them. But can I really say that I went deep into the first principles of every single problem that I'm facing and then implemented the same in my life to see what works, to see what doesn't work, so that then I can change the approach? I haven't. And that's pretty much right now when the whole world is busy celebrating Christmas Eve and all. I am busy learning, immersing, getting the fundamentals, getting the foundation sorted. And I know for sure that once that happens, it goes all the way to the next level. So that's the first concept, going back to the basics. Now, the second thing is the approach of studies have completely changed. Recently, ChatGPT came up with a new 5.2 model. It came up with this very unique concept called as study and learn. So now with AI, the approach of learning has completely got changed and upgraded all the way to the next level. And that's why yesterday in the evening, when we had our session 7 of the December Speak to Lead live cohort, one of our participants asked me this very interesting question. He said, Dr. Surya, can you come up with a course on improving our language? Now, mind you, Yogeshwari is the language expert in Sunsden. Okay, I am the technical head. I'm the head of training and development. I love creating programs which more simplifies the stuff. But the depth of communication, again, she's the one, Yogeshwari. So she already had something in mind to be able to create such a course and all. But then I just gave him a very unique structure which works like magic with respect to AI. Now, AI, when you look at the different learning hats that exists in this world, you have the hat of a strategic thinker, a strategist, a questioner, okay? You have a thinker, a doer, an action taker. You have a critical feedback giver or a constructive feedback giver, an evaluator of sorts. And then you also have the free flowing mind. So these are the different colored hats. Now, I'm not able to exactly remember the book where I read this, but I do remember that my brain coach Jim Quick taught us this different concepts of the colored hats. So when you sit down and talk to AI, you can actually put on these multiple hats and then also make AI assume that specific role itself. So for me, as I am learning YouTube, I took all the notes. Okay. How to start a channel, how to choose a topic, how to pick a niche, what is the meaning of niche, what are my topics, what is my audience that I want to talk about, what kind of content would I like to create, what are the things that the audience is searching for in the world right now, based on the different search-based platforms like Google Trends or Quora or Reddit and all these things. Now, this is me taking the help of AI and asking questions related to what I was taught in the topic. Next, I turn on the study and learn button in ChatGPT and I just start asking, okay, now these are the notes that I have made and I'm in the process of kickstarting my YouTube channel. So what are the first 10 topics that I should speak about? Okay, what are the things I need to keep in mind while I'm creating the topic? Can you help me create a script? Can you help me create a power packed hook for the first 3 minutes? How can I make the first 3 seconds, 30 seconds, and the first 3 minutes strong for each topic? What are the things I need to keep in mind? Now, when I'm having all these discussions, I'm asking open ended questions to learn. And then after I have finished the learning, I ask for a very simple thing called as a system prompt, which gives me that entire discussion in the form of an instruction that I can go to one more ChatGPT tab, upload those instructions, and then for all of my topics, I can literally ask AI to help me with the title, the SEO taglines, and everything. Now, this is way too technical in terms of YouTube. You don't have to worry about it. We'll come to communication. What are the problems that you're facing in your life right now in terms of your professional life with respect to communication? What do you think I should do? Where am I going wrong? This is what I do. What can I improve? You are just asking more open-ended questions to AI. And because AI knows you enough, if you've gone through the previous episode of the master prompt and you've created your master prompt and uploaded, AI already knows where you work, how much have you worked, what is the years of experience, who are the teams that you manage, what are responsibilities that you have as a part of your company. All those things are properly sorted and organized. So now AI is helping you to think. As AI is helping you to think, just drop in a prompt that, okay, fine, based on whatever we've discussed, can you help me create a system prompt that I can upload on any AI tool whatsoever, which I can turn that particular AI tool as my speaking coach, and my speaking coach with whom I can talk to every single day on specific scenario based role plays based on the problems and challenges that I face in the office. And there you go. Now you can literally turn on that tab and you can talk. And for this, you don't even have to pay anything. The free version just works fine across any of the AI tools, whether it's Perplexity, Claude, Gemini, ChatGPT. You even have certain other tools like Udly, Jasper AI that are exclusively laser focused when it comes to communication as well. Now, I personally use ChatGPT because I sincerely believe that if you can go deep into one AI tool, it becomes easy for you to adapt to the others as well. So ChatGPT is my main brain, you can say, my co-pilot in the whole process. And ChatGPT really knows the way I think, and I've kind of designed and integrated all of those things in a way that it makes it easier for me as well. Now that's something that you can straight away implement and get started. Now the third very important, okay, just I have to keep checking because the problem is I have the light facing right in front of me. So I'm not able to see where is the camera pinhole. Okay. So I'm just trying to check whether I'm looking properly at the right place or not. Okay. That's the second framework. Now the third framework, this is a very interesting one. In order for you to be able to interact with the right people in the right frameworks and strategies, you've got to open yourself up to people who have experienced the same. When I was getting my book collection sorted in my tablet, Yogeshwari and I had a very interesting instruction, conversation. She gave me a specific instruction to start reading Dale Carnegie's books. Dale Carnegie is considered as the OG of communication seminar training back in the 1900s, and his seminars, his books are to this day one of the most popular and one of the greatest books ever written. In fact, his book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, he himself mentioned in the book that it's considered more like a seminar notes, like a seminar manual to use. Now, the concepts mentioned in the book, Yogeshwari said that when she was reading the book, she felt that I am already implementing all the things that's mentioned in the book. But what she also gave me as a breakthrough was the number of stories that are attached to every single point that Dale Carnegie was teaching. Now, every single time and again, when Yogeshwari has been doing her lives, from time to time, I observed she's been taking these beautiful references from the books and giving her flavor to it. And that is turning out to be such a power packed lesson for the audience. As an observer of those lives, now I'm always head over heels for Yogeshwari's live content. I mean, there are times when I've told her that I don't like your YouTube videos because I can sense as an audience that you've tried multiple recordings, and I don't feel the authenticity in that. However, I'm a big fan of her lives. There are times when I've told her that, wow, today you completely aced it, next level. And slowly, over a period of time, now that she's crossed 50 plus episodes, I think it's just getting better and better. Now, while we were having that discussion, we found out that if if pulling dumbbells is the workout for your body, reading is actually the workout for your mind. So when I read a book, and again, I'm not talking about reading to memorize, I'm talking about read just to read. That's it, just to read. Just let the words and whatever it is that you are reading just wash over you. That's it. And as you do it over a period of time, you will be blown away on how you will be able to pick up references from all these different reads that you have, give your own flavor, and that turns out to be something that is exclusively authentic and unique, and this is your personalized wisdom which you can use in your day-to-day corporate level problems as well. Now, it's not just about taking these references and using that in your communication, day-to-day communication. It's also about how easy and effortless it is going to become for you to identify the exact problem that created that discomfort in the first place. So I'm talking about not just first principle anymore. I'm talking about the root cause analysis. And as you read, so I'll give you a couple of examples. There are a couple of people whose books I've always wanted to read. I read their books also back in the internship days, but now I got them yet again so that I can do a double read. So you look at the first set will be you look at any spiritual books. Let's just say a Bhagavad Gita or a Holy Bible. If you read it maybe some point of time in your life, you read it again and you'll get completely different insights because now you've grown as an individual. Repetition is the mother of all skills again. So the spiritual books, that's the first set of things. Again, don't think about religion anything as such. Look at any spiritual books, and all kind of spiritual books will give you certain insights. Also, what I personally feel is spiritual books are kind of zip files, so you need to be at that frequency vibrational thermostat in order to be able to extract those zip files and then use it for your benefit. But again, it's a good read because it just allows you to to think of a perspective at a higher frequency. Second is biographies, not autobiographies, biographies, famous people and professional writers who wrote about famous people. So whether it's Walter Isaacson's books or Jefferson Fisher's books, or you even look at all those different historian those maybe recently we got to know that the Epstein files have been released out in the public. So all those kind of history related cases and stuff there where people have spoken about other famous people. Now that allows you to get the proficiency and the caliber of organizing the thoughts in a constructive manner from the writer's perspective, and you also get a piece of the person about whom it's written. So my personal favorite is obviously Walter Isaacson. I got to know about him through Jay Shetty's podcasts. Walter Isaacson has written some of the greatest books in the planet at this point of me recording this live. So whether it's Steve Jobs' biography, whether it's Albert Einstein's biography, Leonardo da Vinci, recently Elon Musk. So it's a huge read, yeah, pretty big read, but worth it. The third will be the topics that interests you. So for me, it's sales, it's marketing, it's communication, it's all these different things. So Russell Brunson, there's maybe Seth Godin, there is Alex Hormozy, all these people. So again, getting their books, reading them. The fourth is the actual topic that I want to improve on. For me, it's communication. For me, it's storytelling. So if communication and storytelling, I need to read more. So for me, the combination of all those different what's that called? It's not really the books. I would say it's more of the brains. So whether it's Robin Sharma, whether it's no, Robin Sharma writes fiction combined with non-fiction. Okay. Then you have Vanessa Van Edwards, Eric Edmiedes, Tony Robbins. No, although Tony Robbins' books are not exactly public speaking, but because he's mentioned a lot of strategies and frameworks and he teaches, so I can absorb the trainer in him. That's the topic based stuff. And fifth, and the interesting one personally for me, is based on the challenges that I'm having in life, how can I grow? So for that, personal development is my niche. So whether it's Deepak Chopra, Bob Proctor, uh, the old school OGs, Napoleon Hill, Earl Nightingale, uh, Zig Ziglar, Brian Tracy, John Maxwell, these are my reads right now. As you continue to read, instead of looking at, oh my God, how can I use it or how can I make the most of it? You just start reading to think that, okay, fine, I'm reading this particular book. And I know at some point of time it's going to be used. You'll be blown away on when you will get the right references exactly at the right time. Number four, this framework is more related to your inner game. Over the last 4 or 5 years, ever since I started working on myself, and I was thinking, okay, what could be the possible missing piece that's not really able to get me the results that I need? I'm sure, especially for you, as you are your mid-career leader, you are at a position where you know that you have two options. One, you have to stay in that plateau, that stagnancy that continues to bother you deep down. Like everything is perfect. You're getting a good salary. Your wife is happy. Your kids are going to school. You are well respected in your in your position. You got people to respect you a lot. You got your seniors uh, believing in you. Your juniors looking up to you. Everything is okay, but still something is not right, and you choose to be so. Or you can take the next level by thinking, okay, this is going to be my level zero right now, and I'm going to go to level one and beyond. And for that, there are certain things that I need to do in order to go to that next level, the next level of promotion, the next level of leadership role, the next level of salary, the next level for yourself and for your family. That it's only now, although I'm yet to interact about this with Yogeshwari, maybe after this live, it's something that I will. It all comes down to your deep inner work. Inner work. Now, what do I mean? What do I really mean by inner work here? Every single activity that you do that helps you connect with yourself. And inner work happens in three layers always: body, mind, and spirit. It starts with the body, workouts, exercises, uh, playing some games that you love, anything which involves a little bit of a movement of your body that makes you physically active. As you become physically active, you exhaust yourself. As you exhaust yourself, you recover better. As you sweat more, you heal better. All these things happen. Now, once the body is taken care of, mind, I've already said that you begin to read, but the spirit is what needs nourishment. So back in 2019, one of the fundamental things that I was working on was Tony Robbins' priming method. Now, that's some form of a meditation practice that gets you connected deeper to yourself. Now, I'm not a meditation person, mind you. The maximum that I can meditate is 3 seconds. However, in that guided priming method, it became so easy for me to how do I even say, go through those phases. So it's like 5 exercises punched together in 16 minutes. So that's what I think roughly less than 3 minutes per exercise. And it involves your body, mind, and spirit, all forms of things. So it starts with breathing. It has a lot of visualization. It has a lot of feeling the emotions. experiencing and pulling in stuff that needs to go through. Now, that's something that I used to practice. Second thing I used to do, this one I started out from the year to 2010, which is writing a journal. A journal where I have a single page every single day and I can write down all of these things, every single thing that happened with me on that day. To only to realize that the journal works magic when we are able to add a certain elements to it that works its magic. So for me, the journal entry starts with a title, a headline of that day. And then I write down 10 I am. I am beautiful. I'm amazing. I'm smart. I'm the best in the world. I'm the greatest. That happens in the left side. And then I write down 10 things that I'm proud of, my 10 goals for that day. And then, of course, whatever happened for the rest of the day. And I end that particular day with a quote, any original quote that am thinking about. That I did all the way from 2010 and I continued till 2018. And then, of course, my mom threw away all the journals, so I don't have them now. But from 2018 till 2025, I stopped doing my journaling. Somewhere I know that it created some kind of an impact. Your spirit cannot talk to you if there's a lot of clutter deep within. Journaling is what takes out. And I'm not talking about digital journaling here. Mind you, I tried that as well. It did not work. So actual taking a pen and a piece of paper, a diary, and writing it through. Now, so moving the body, moving the mind, we already spoke about. Of course, mind, I'm also interested in. Recently, I started learning chess, started learning music through this Duolingo app, which is working beautiful for me. And that I'm able to see that there are these nerve impulses and everything is slowly growing. So that's kind of something that I'm feeling happy about. Journaling, that's one. Meditation, journaling, reading. And then finally, a kind of like a family activity, which is the activities that's going to help you go all the way to the next level. So whether it's goal writing, whether it's listening to things that's going to inspire you a lot. Unfortunately, I haven't been authentic and I haven't been doing them regularly over the last 5 years. I don't recall doing it. Now, if that the inner core is not aligned, do you seriously think you can function at a higher level? You can become a better version? When at the past, when I tried doing so, I was able to see the results. I was able to earn 1.5 lakhs for one speech when I was in my internship days. I gave a huge treat to my batchmates and all, gave everyone a pizza. It was crazy. And here I was right now trying to break my head into the whole process. Does that make sense? And that's the fourth framework only. Start to work on your inner game. And finally, the fifth one, this is a little deep one, which is to be a part of a community. Now I'm a part of 69 communities. I think even at this point of time, there's a possibility that I might have joined the 70th as well. And I will tell you, it's only the communities that give everything for you are the communities that matters the most. As in, let's just say you decide to join a community and no one is there to talk to you. No one is there to help you. You have to put in the efforts to reach out. You have to put in the efforts to show up. Perhaps you're very scared. For me, for example, the community where I paid close to, I think, 2.5 lakhs to be precise. Like if I include all the different memberships that I'm a part of in that community, 2.5 lakhs is the total that I paid. Even to this date, I find it very scary to show up in that community. I have no idea why. Now, if someone calls me up and tells me, "Hi, Suryadeep, how's it going? I'm from so and so community. Can I get to know you a little bit?" Don't you think I'll feel a little better? As you are growing in the leadership role, this is a very big quote from Shah Rukh Khan. He says, when you are a superstar and you go right to the top, there's a lot of loneliness at the top because not too many people make it till the top. And when you make it to the top, you look down, there's no one around. Everybody just looks at you as that superstar. Everybody looks at you as that pinnacle in the, they put you in a pedestal. But I just want to have a normal conversation. And isn't that what you also feel as a leader? And that's pretty much why Yogeshwari and I have created the Speak to Lead cohort. Now, you come in, you speak with your fellow members, fellow leaders. You practice speaking every day. You evaluate each other. You get into that whole zone of really speaking and making the most of it. You join the sessions where you're practicing more. So in our sessions, I'll tell you, we do what I think 80% is practice, 20% is just learning. And we just have a 20-minute workshop in each live session. That's it. Rest of the time, we are only topics, speaking, evaluations. It's so much fun. And then once the 30 days are done, we don't get it over with. We meet every week where we practice. Now we are still creating a proper structure, the structure that has developed over the last couple of years. And for you to be a part of it is what really makes you feel that you are at home. But there's no pressure, there's no judgment. No one is here to really complain. And what's even bigger is, this just today's Tuesday, right? So I'm talking about Saturday. Saturday, I had a one-to-one with our one of our participants in the Speak to Lead cohort. And throughout the conversation, the only thing I did was just I asked questions, and he gave the answers. He gave the answers. He only got the breakthrough, and since then, I can see that he's smiling more. Now, that for me is the greatest gift that I can give to any leader in this world, because I know how much of pressure that you have to go through with respect to your job, with the enormous amount of responsibilities bestowed upon your shoulders. And I'm not even counting the additional responsibilities of your partner, your children. There's so many, maybe relatives and friends that looks up to you. That's why we've created Sunsden. So my only wish for you is that you get to use these frameworks. And as you do so, you continue to see how beautifully the first principles process is helping you become already the best, the top 4% in the world. Just keeping that one little point in mind, any problem that I have, I'm going to go deep and I'm going to decode everything left, right, and center. I'll also give you this one more interesting insights. Yogeshwari and I, we are building Sunsden. You know that I resigned at the start of the year. So, but now, in order to build a business, we don't have an MBA degree. Although at some point of time, I would love to do an MBA degree. It's there as one of my bucket lists. In fact, it's not just MBA. I'd like to do a lot of degrees. It's there in my bucket lists. I can definitely sit down and learn. And guess what? I've miraculously been able to manifest a couple of world-class ebooks that talks about all the different aspects of business, which I can read. And as I read, I start implementing. As I start implementing, I see what's working, what's not working. But the first principles actually starts from getting to know the subject in the first place. Now, this is what I did not do in my dentistry. I did not go deep. And of course, you know how it is in India, right? Things happen so fast. Everyone is racing to complete the syllabus and all. You're not really given the time to sit down and actually learn the concepts. Of course, because of the high-end, high-pressure environment, that's when Indians get to learn a lot faster. But for people like us who like to go deep into a subject, doesn't really help. But now I have all the time in the world, all the freedom in the world to dive deep and understand, learn, and then create the impact. My question for you is, what would be that one thing, the one problem that you're going through? What is that one first principle for you that you're going to start working on from today? Please do let me know in the comments. And of course, if you have any questions, if you have any thoughts to share, please do hit the same in the comments as well. If you're new here, again, if you enjoyed this entire episode right till the end, would mean the world to me if you can hit that like button, hit that subscribe button and follow button. For me, this is something that I'm doing every single day, irrespective of whether I wake up early or late. I want to show up. I want to be there. I want to really create something worthwhile for this world. with absolute certainty that every single thing that I'm sharing is going to blow up and it's going to help so many, so many, so many different people. With that, this is Dr. Srideep. I want you to know that I love you so, 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 so much. I'll see you tomorrow. I'm definitely gearing up to wake early yet again and do not want to let the last week of the 2025 put me down in any way. Go all the way to the next level. And with that, kickstart my 30th year on planet Earth, 2026, going all the way to the next level. And I wish the same for you as well. Love you so much.